Hello everyone, myself Monica Gaikwad and I am the student of Government College of Education Akola, and here I am presenting the class 7 subject physics and topic is fiber to fabric, and our subtopic is types of fiber, types of fabric. So let us see more about that. In our given topic we have to let us discuss more about fiber to fabric, and in given topic let us see the what is the types of fiber here and fabric here. Let we see them. So we have to the little more idea about that the what is the first thinking comes to your mind, that is even you think about the cloth. जेव्हा आपण एखाद्या क्लॉथ विषयी विचार करतो तेव्हा सगळ्यात पहिले आपल्या डोक्यात काय येते की ही जी क्लॉथ आहे, हे जे काही क्लॉथ आहे हे कोणत्या गोष्टीपासून मेड झालेले असेल. सो लेट वी सी मोर अबाउट इट. वेन दी सम may say fashion, some colors would be same, designs, some tailors, those way have the same fibers are not is the wrong either. The fibers are after all the basic material that are used to make the cloth. कोणतीही गोष्ट, कोणताही कापड क्लॉथ रेडी व्हायसाठी जसं फायबरची गरज असते. फायबर मग आपल्याला कुठून ऑब्टेन होते, कोणते कोणते टाइप्स आहेत फायबरचे हे आपण इथे डिटेलमध्ये पाहणार. सो लेट वी सी दी मोर अबाउट दॅट. In our given topic, let we discuss the fibers and the types of fibers, and in this topic we have to getting the more about that makes whenever the fiber made and from which we have to getting and we have to obtain the fiber. So let we see. Recall the name of fiber that we obtain here from the plant and the animals that completes the world gives below. आता आपल्याला याच्यामध्ये काही इथे खाली आपल्याला इथे डायग्राम्स दाखवलेले आहेत. तर अकॉर्डिंग टू द गिवन डायग्राम, दॅट इज द फर्स्ट पिक्चर इज द पिक्चर ऑफ सिल्क, सेकंड इज द पिक्चर ऑफ कॉटन, थर्ड इज द पिक्चर ऑफ जूट. आता फर्स्टमध्ये जी पिक्चर आहे हे आहे सिल्कचं, म्हणजे हा जो कोणता क्लॉथ आहे हा सिल्क आहे. त्यानंतर हा कोणता क्लॉथ आहे, हा कॉटन मेड क्लॉथ आहे. त्यानंतर हा जूट आहे. सो विथ दिस एक्झाम्पल दॅट वी अंडरस्टँड दी अबाउट फायबर्स. म्हणजे फायबरपासून फॅब्रिक, म्हणजे एका जे काही आपल्याला अवेलेबिलिटी आहे फायबरची त्यापासून फॅब्रिक कसं रेडी होते आणि त्याचे कोणते कोणते टाइप्स आहे हे आपण इथे पाहिले. क्लॉथिंग मटेरियल ऑर द फॅब्रिक इज द वुलन फ्रॉम दी यान्स. पासून ते पुढे म्हणजे याच्यात प्रोसेसिंग करताना सर्वात आधी फायबर, मग यान्स, देन वी हॅव टू ऑब्टेन हिअर द फॅब्रिक. डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ फॅब्रिक्स आर यूज फॉर मेकिंग द ड्रेसेस, कर्टन्स, सोफा, कवर्स, कार्पेट्स, म्हणजे वेगवेगळ्या थिंग्सला आता क्लॉथची जी युजेबिलिटी आहे ही मॅक्झिमम आहे. त्यामुळे जिथे कुठे क्लॉथ्स यूज होतात तिथे सर्वीकडे आपण फायबरचा यूज देखील पाहिला. इन दिस चॅप्टर वी विल लर्न अबाउट सम ॲनिमल्स फायबर्स लाईक द सोर्सेस अँड हाऊ दे आर यूज टू मेक द फॅब्रिक्स. आता याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला ॲनिमल्सपासून मिळणारा फायबर, त्याच्यानंतर नॅचरली ऑकर होणारा फायबर, त्याच्यानंतर डिस्टिंग्विश करून ॲनिमल्स, प्लांटपासून मिळणारे जे कोणते फायबर्स आहेत त्याच्यापासून फॅब्रिक कसं रेडी होते हे आपण डिस्कस करणार आहे. सो फर्स्टली सी मोर अबाउट द वूल. इन गिवन टॉपिक वी फर्स्टली सी अबाउट द वूल. इन दिस फर्स्ट, that is our first topic, wool, that is we see about them. Wool is an animal fiber. It is present as a thick coat of hair on the body of certain animal on keep them warm. म्हणजे कोणतीही गोष्ट जिथे म्हणजे वार्म वाटायसाठी, म्हणजे वुलन क्लॉथ्स हे आपण मॅक्झिमम विंटर सीझनमध्ये यूज करतो की जिथे आपल्याला त्या यूजमुळे आपल्याला वार्म सारखी फिलिंग इन आपल्याला थोडं व्यवस्थित वाटतं. त्यानंतर एअर गेट्स ट्रॅप इन द शेप बिटवीन देम हिअर अँड डज नॉट अलाउ टुडे, दॅट इज especially we will learn more about them, and in last chapter that we see that is why we wear the woolens in winter. त्याचमुळे आपण वुलन क्लॉथ्स कधी यूज करतो, विंटरमध्ये, हे आपण पाहिलंच लास्ट चॅप्टरमध्ये. आता या चॅप्टरमध्ये आता आपण वूल फ्रॉम शिप, जे वूल आपल्याला ऑब्टेन झालेलं आहे शिपपासून ऑब्टेन होते हे आपल्याला जनरली माहीत आहे. सो लेट अस सी मोर अबाउट द वूल फ्रॉम शिप. अ शिप इज द हेअरी कॉट has the two types of fiber, the coarse braid hairs and the soft under hairs. Found close to the skin, it is the soft under hair and used to make the wool. म्हणजे ही जी काही प्रोसेस आहे याच्यातून आपल्याला ऊल ऑब्टेन होते. सायंटिस्ट हॅव डेव्हलप्ड दी सर्टन ब्रीड ऑफ द शीप that only have the soft under ears. The wool from the different varieties of the sheep differ in the finances, shines, length, strength. The finest wool is obtained from the merino breed of the sheep, originally from the spine. Their wool is very soft and light, and it is therefore used in making the finest woolen cloths. आता ऊलच्या रिलेटेड जी आता आपण इथे इन्फॉर्मेशन पाहिली याच्या अकॉर्डिंगली ऊल कुठे कुठे मॅक्झिमम पर्सेंटमध्ये अवेलेबल आहे, त्यानंतर त्याची मेजॉरिटी बरोबरच त्याची अवेबिलिटी जास्त आहे, कुठे आहे ती जास्त, त्याच्यानंतर त्याची डिमांड कुठे जास्त आहे हे देखील आपण पाहिलं. त्यानंतर रिअरिंग ऑफ शीप. शीप आर द हर्बिवोरस अँड इट मेनली द ग्रास अँड लिव्ज. शीप हर्बिवोरस ॲनिमल आहे, मेनली ग्रास आणि लिव्ज त्यांचे फूड आहे. त्यानंतर दे आर समटाइम ऑल्सो फीड मिक्सचर ऑफ लसेस, कॉर्न्स, जॉर इटीसी. इन द इंडिया शीप्स आर रेअर्ड इन द हिली रिजन्स ऑफ जम्मू अँड काश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश, उत्तराखंड, अरुणाचल प्रदेश अँड सिक्कीम, पंजाब, हरियाणा, राजस्थान अँड गुजरात. That is overall gives a list of some Indian breed of the sheep and example to produce product of the wools obtained from the sheep. Around the world, that is wood sheep are reside in the countries rising from the hot desired region, Australia, Asia and the Middle East, of the cold region of the northern Europe, Russia, Iceland and the southern South America. आता आपल्याला जे शिफ्टची प्रेझेन्स त्याच्यानंतर कुठे कुठे ते क्लॉथ्स अवेलेबल आहे इथे आपण याची लिस्ट पाहिलेलीच आहे. सोबतच आता आपण जे ऊल आहे याची अवेबिलिटी पाहिली. आता देन वी हॅव टू सी द ऊल फ्रॉम अदर ॲनिमल. आता ऊल जे होतं ते स्टार्टिंगला आपण शीपपासून कसं ऑब्टेन होते, सोबतच ते कोणत्या कोणत्या कंट्रीजमध्ये कोणत्या कोणत्या प्लेसमध्ये त्याची अवेलेबिलिटी जास्त आहे ते पाहिलं. आता ऊल दुसऱ्या ॲनिमलपासून कसं ऑब्टेन होते हे आपण इथे डिटेलमध्ये पाहूया. सो लेट वी सी. ऑल्दो द मेन सोर्सेस ऑफ द ऊल इज शीप, wool is also obtained from the animal of camel family. So wool आपण मेन्शन करताना करू शकतो the wool is obtained from the camel family, animal of camel family. Well, animal of camel family म्हणजे शीप व्यतिरिक्त देखील ॲनिमल ऑफ कॅमल फॅमिली पासून सुद्धा आपल्याला ऊल ऑब्टेन होते. देन आफ्टर वी हॅव टू सी कॅमल हेअर्स इज ऑब्टेन फ्रॉम द व्हेरी सॉफ्ट अँड फाईन हेअर्स ऑफ द अंडरकोट्स ऑफ कॅमल्स, दी बॅक्ट्रिन्स कॅमल्स अँड गिव्स द बेस्ट क्वालिटी कॅमल्स ऊल. दी अल्पेसा अँड लाइम्फा also belonging to the camel family. They are found in South America. Their undercoats hairs is very soft and lustrous and the fibers are light weighted. Then the Kashmir goats is found in the high pleasure of Asia. The Kashmiri fibers very soft and warm. It obtained from this goat. जे काश्मीरी गोट्स आहे त्याच्यापासून काश्मीरी फायबर्स जे त्याला नॉमिनेट केलेलं आहे, जे त्याला नाव दिलेलं आहे काश्मीरी फायबर, हे तिथून ऑब्टेन होते. देन अँगोरा इज द ओरिजिनली बिलॉंग्स टू द अँगोराज, दॅट इज रिजन ऑफ तुर्की अँड द फर्दर अँगोरा गोट्स प्रोवाइड्स द टाइप्स ऑफ फायबर्स कॉल्ड ॲज मोहार्स. अँगोरा गोट्सपासून फाउंड होणारे फायबर्स मोहार्स. सो असे वेगवेगळ्या ॲनिमल्सपासून, शीप व्यतिरिक्त देखील वेगवेगळ्या ॲनिमलपासून इथे आपल्याला उलन जे ऑब्टेन झालेलं आहे त्याची आपण लिस्ट पाहिली. देन विथ द धिस ऑफ दिस पॉईंट वी हॅव टू गेट टू द अनदर पॉईंट, दॅट इज shearing. The process of removal of laces from an animal is called as the shearing. Sheep is usually shorn annually in the spring summer month. Shearing is done with the manual razors and blades with special trippers. Just as the haircuts does not hurt us, shearing does not hurt the sheep. It actually helps them by removing the heavy woolen cord by do not required in summer. इथे शिपवरचं जे हेवी हेअर म्हणजे त्यांच्यावर झालेला हेवी हेअर कॉट आहे मीन्स ते काढल्यामुळे त्यांना कोणत्याही प्रकारची हानी इथे होत नाही, तर समर सीझनमध्ये ते काढल्यामुळे त्यांना एक सिक्युअर्ड फिलिंग किंवा एक कम्फर्टेबिलिटी येते. इथे तेच त्यांनी मेन्शन केलेलं आहे की शिअरिंग does not hurts the sheep, it actually helps them removing the heavy woolen cords that they do not require in summer, ज्याची त्यांना समरमध्ये आवश्यकता देखील नसते. Then we have to see the another points, that is scoring. In scoring we have to see more about that. That is, in sheared hair is washed properly to remove the dire dust and grasses. The process of removing the dirt and the grasses from the sheared hair is called as scoring. It is done with the help of machine. आणि ही एका मशीन थ्रू पण आपण करू शकतो आणि केल्या जाते. मशीनच्या हेल्पनी त्यांच्यावरील जे काही म्हणजे शेअर्ड आहे हे प्रोसेसिंग करून एक्स्ट्रा हेअर त्यांचे कट आउट केले जातात आणि त्याला ॲज अ वूलन म्हणून यूज होते. देन गार्डिंग और सॉर्टिंग. इन दिस प्रोसेस द वूल इज सॉर्टेड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ लेंथ कलर स्ट्रक्चर अँड एक्सेस. विथ दिस विच कॅन डायज कलर्ड. देन डाइंग. ॲज द नॅचरल कलर ऑफ द स्पीसीज इज white, bronze and black, its sheared wool is dyed in the different color. Then drying, in which the process that containers of wools are put through the roller and squeezed out much water as possible. Then wool is wetted as packed into the blast, and the blasts transport to the mills and they are processed further, making of yarns. Then, and this is the pictures that we have to see here in details of the wools. That is, in the first stage, that is, ships are sheared with the remove of the flances. Then after we have to getting the flances. Then flange is washed to remove the dirt. Then flange is blanched for transfer to the mill. And then after the sheet is twisted into the rope is called as silver. And then carding machine combs into loose of the wool fiber into a sheet. Then the silver is the stitches at the twist into the thin yarn. Then after the yarn is would be from the balls to wool, and then the flesh is dyed into the different color. And in this given full the process we have to getting the wool ear by artificial method. Firstly we remove the flances on the sheep, and with this whole from the starting to ending process we have to getting the wool. The life cycle of the silk moth. Let us we see about the silk. It is overall we see firstly about the wool, and on this point we see about the silk. So second is silk. In first we have to here see that the wool, and in second we see here the silk. In silk, let we see more about that. Life cycle of silk moth. The female silk moth lays about the 300 to 400 eggs at a time. At a time they can deliver the 300 to 400 eggs. The eggs hatch and caterpillars or the silkworms emerge. This is called as the larva stage. This stage is called as the larva stage. And the silkworm is fed on the mulberry leaves. And this silkworm is fed on the mulberry leaves. The silkworm is secreted a fine filament from the two glands on its head. The filaments are made of the proteins and the husbands from the silk. The fiber when explored to the air. At the time the fibers when explored to the air, and the silkworm deposited the filaments in the layer around its body. Then through the fibers of 8 movements of the head forming the structure called as cocoons. This silkworm takes the 3 to 7 days to prepare the cocoons from by about 20 to 39 concentrating layer of single thread. Then we have to see the inside the cocoons, the silkworm enters the second stage of its life, and then third and then final stage to becomes the adult moth. Silk thread are obtained from the cocoons and the silkworm. Let us see the diagram of silkworm, that is silk life cycle of silkworm here. Let we see that in this cycle the eggs hatch into the caterpillars and caterpillars feeds on the mulberry leaves for about 3 to 4 weeks each of them. Then he spines cocoons around itself, and then after we have to getting here the caterpillars change into the pupas inside cocoons. Then we have to getting the female moths lays tiny eggs, and in this time period the adult moth is here and eggs larvae cocoons. With this given the this is the given of the life cycle of the silk moth, and with this silk moth we have to obtain here the silk. So what we have to obtain the silk from, that is silk moth. Silk moth. Okay, it is the silk moth. Then after we see that is the sericulture. In sericulture, that is the healthiest moth are the chosen for the breeding and the layering eggs. It is the first step to involves the washing and the silkworm eggs that had been stored. The eggs hatched to only the 1 year spring. At the healthiest month at chosen for the breeding and the layering eggs. After the eggs hatches and the larvae spread. After the eggs hatches and larvae spread, the first step involves watching the silkworm eggs had been stored. Then the spinning may take the out of 3 to 7 days, after which cocoons are put into the hot waters. These skills are it is known as the worms, and the loosen in the filaments. That filaments are taken in the cocoons by process which is releasing the filaculture. The filaments from the several cocoons are twisted together. Then makes the strong threads which is the ounce on the reel, and the threads are then dyed with the woolen into the silk fabric. There are the different varieties of the silk moth which fits on the different plants. They are produce the silk of the different quality structure, that is tiger, mocha, kosa silk. This is the overall the different types of silk and different structure. Summary of the process of sericulture. Let we see here the diagram, and with the help of this diagram we see here the summary of the process of sericulture. With the help of this given diagram, let we see here, that is in the first part, that is the healthiest moth are chosen for the breeding and laying the eggs. Then after we getting the larvae that emerged once eggs hatch are fed mulberry leaves. They continues feeding for 20 to 35 days. Then after in third, that is of the when the silkworm is about 35 days old, it start spinning as a cocoons around itself. This process takes about the 3 to 7 days of completes. Then after we have to getting here the fourth step, that is the pupas inside the cocoons are silked by putting the cocoons in hot water, which kills the cocoons when it is loosen the filaments. Then after, once of the end of the silk thread is passes through and the ice slit, and it get the threads reels on the will, and then the single filaments are washed, dyed and twisted to form the yarn. The texture of the fabric depends on the manner of twisting. With this given diagram, we see about the summary of the process of sericulture. It is overall called as a summary of the process of sericulture. And with this diagram, we briefly understand it. Sometimes the artificial silk is sold as a natural silk. Sometimes it states that the artificial silk is artificially silk is sold as natural silk. The difference between the two can be found out by the burning as a small piece of fabric. Artificial silks when is burnt smell like the burnt papers. Natural silk when burnt smell like the burning hair. आता कोणते सिल्क बर्न झाल्यानंतर त्यांची स्मेल कशी येते हे देखील त्यांच्या टाइप्सवर डिपेंड करते. Then health and hazardous in the sericulture. So let me see the some point of that. Some of the health hazardous associated with the sericultures are headlines of the headworms and the bear's hands contribute in the infections and illness. Worker generally needs to dip their bear's hand into the hot water and judge by the touch whether the fine threads of the silk have loosened enough to be ounce. This causes the blisters and open ounce injuries leading to the infection. This should be precautious all the workers from them. Then standing almost continuously for about 12 to 16 hours a day, reeling the fine silk thread may leads to the health disorder like the Banshee spines versions related problem. Then vapors from boiling the coconuts and the diesel fumes other machines may leads to the respiratory diseases and such as the asthma and bronchial. Then continuous exposure of the noise made by spinning the winding machines lawns are where the fabrics valence result in hitching disorders. It is overall the health hazardous and the sericulture. So let me be precautious from them, and it should be. So it is our own responsibility of their workers that should be precautious from them. So overall this is the fiber to fabric and the given types that we see here briefly, and overall this is the fiber to fabrics and their types. Okay, thank you.